Yeah, I've been reviewing a lot of, because everyone who works with us, we ask them to send their tax return to the office before their accountant signs off on it, which I think is an important thing. Like, that's what your financial advisor should be doing, right? It seems too many individuals, their financial advisor and their CPA or their tax preparer live on islands. They're operating out of silos. And oftentimes, what I find, they both could be good people, they both could be good at their craft, but there are certain aspects of financial planning that intersect with tax planning. For instance, one of my clients I'm planning with right now, the accountant forgot to make a spousal IRA contribution. Copious amounts of our clients are not getting the deduction for their charitable giving. Ever since Trump's tax reform came around, the standardized deduction has been doubled, and a lot of people continue to give to churches and charities, but because the standardized deduction's like $27,000, they're not giving enough to the churches and charities to receive any sort of economic benefit by way of a deduction for that charitable giving. So we're teaching people about qualified charitable distributions out of their IRAs if they're over the age of 72. We're teaching people about donor advised funds, a mechanism that you can use to bundle your deductions. So the takeaway that I see is sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Just like I said, I want to see my client's tax return before the accountant signs off on it and sends it to the state of South Carolina Department of Revenue or the Internal Revenue Service. Because there could be one little nugget that I'm able to chip in on and say, hey, make a spousal IRA contribution. Oh, hey, next year, if you're a self-employed individual, we should consider taking more of our income by way of shareholder draw rather than W-2. Or if you're a self-employed individual, hey, did you entertain any clients or team members at your house? You should consider using something called the Augusta rule. There's all of these tax savings tips that people are not utilizing, and it's because their accountant and their financial people are not on a first name basis. They operate on islands. They operate in silos. So what our company prides itself on is we know tax code. We understand all of the moving parts of the progressive income tax system. We recognize that if you pull a little bit too much money out of your IRA, that might cause your Medicare Part B premium to jack up. That might entail you no longer getting a subsidy for your Affordable Care Act, right? We understand tax code. We understand the subsidization program of the Affordable Care Act. We know how Medicare Part B premiums are affected. We know that if your modified adjusted gross income is over $44,000, 85% of your Social Security might get run through the grid. The progressive income tax system, last I checked, for a individual is 17,000 pages. And even if you read it for an hour a day at an average reading pace, you wouldn't be able to read it in 1 year's time. And guess what they do at the end of 1 year? They change all the rules. They change all the rules on you. Heaven forbid if you're a small business owner, it's 37,000 pages. So you need to work with people who understand how taxes work. I am sick and tired of hearing financial advisors just go, oh, your accountant does that. That's out of my pay grade. Look, you don't need to be the one who signs the return, but you need to know how the numbers in the boxes affect your client. So when individuals plan with us, we've got all of this incredibly shrewd software, and I'd bargain to say it's even more shrewd than what the tax preparers use. We're going to game out every single tax strategy that you can utilize to lower your tax liability, to lower the money that you pay the government. So there are credits, there are above-the-line deductions, there are itemized deductions, there are wage strategies, there are small business strategies that you can utilize. It's not that many options that you have, but I think good tax planning, you should run through every single one of them. And that's what we pride ourselves on. And if you have a CPA that you know, like, and trust, no, I'm not trying to get you to fire them. But what I am telling you is they should know your financial advisor, and your financial advisor should know that CPA.